All right, wonderful queers. Welcome back to practicing fundamentals, right? Fundamentals, artwod, grind node, ARTWOD, link in description. No, I'm not affiliated. Yes, I wish I was. Those fuckers keep raising the bar for their affiliate program, right? I'm doing, God, it used to be 100 subscribers. Now it's 1,000. But again, I highly doubt they'll ever accept my channel as an affiliate because I am abrasive and too handsome for their liking. But no, seriously though, I really hope they do. I need fucking that. That'd be amazing. I need money. These pieces of shits. Once I get at least some thousand subscribers, it should definitely not be a problem. But that also depends on you cunts for actually saying, "Hey, I found this channel, and that's why I joined Artwod." Just go on their fucking Discord for the love of God. Even just sign up for the freemium. Get a goddamn get a freemium account, right? You don't pay for a month or whatever, and shill me because I can't be shilling me. That's disrespectful, right? But you're allowed to shill me. You're a fan. But anyways, if you're new to oh fuck, 30 seconds have passed. I have to game the YouTube algorithm, right? But if you're new to this channel, I'm Viggy. I'm attempting to be one of the greatest draftsmen, I guess, or slash artists of all time by practicing what you don't, which is the fundamentals, right? Spatial reasoning. All the practice I do in my art is related to spatial reasoning. And yeah, watch me become great. Join me for the ride. Draw along, right? Think, all that shit. Yeah, don't just watch my videos. If you do it for entertainment, great, but genuinely draw along, right? And use your fucking brain and stop doodling and drawing random bullshit when it comes to actual practice, right? Or whenever you draw, make sure it has a purpose, all that stuff, right? If any of this feels a bit too much for you, then get the fuck off my channel. I don't want you here. I don't want people, yeah, like I wouldn't want people on my channel who are gonna not resonate with the message, which is to get good at art, you have to put the correct type of work in, right? Correct type of work. Also, I'm doing the grind node right now. It is draw 20 boxes in 1 point perspective, all sharing the same vanishing point. I'm gonna put the vanishing point in the middle, just trying to do the horizon line. Oh god, what a fucking shitty line. But hey, my shoulder's actually a bit more stable than usual. That's because my wrist is resting on this thingy here. Hilarious. It is all cheating. Watch the second my fucking hand goes away from this. It's gonna get all wonky. Oh, oh almost. Okay, good. Good enough. Good enough. It is a bit uneven in terms of spacing. This one has maybe half an inch or an inch of space at the bottom, but it's what it is, right? And then we want to put it in the center, like so. There you go. This is part of the artwod grind nodes, which is essentially the shit that you should all be doing, or something similar to this, right? Which is actively working towards making like drilling exercises, right? I'm going to make it more difficult for the planes. If you watch the last couple parts, I did planes again. Their previous grind node was draw planes in 1 point perspective, and I made it more difficult by adding ellipses and little cutouts, subtractions, and additions. I'm going to do the exact same thing here now, but we're going to make it even more difficult by adding diagonal subtractions and additions. Right, so first off, I just need to establish, and again, the whole part about art is thinking. I need to see the grid at all points at any time. I need to see all the grid lines, right? That's the whole point of this. So that's why feel free to ghost, again, and feel free to draw along, right? All of this may seem like I'm not doing much, but I'm literally seeing the lines, right? I'm literally practicing seeing the lines. And I'm also trying to make a decision on where to start first. Probably a fucking voice crack. Probably best. Probably best to start from the edge, because edging is how we achieve greatness. Okay, so this is technically. This is still 1 point perspective. What the fuck? I just realized this isn't even 2 point yet. This is all still 1 point perspective. Okay, I guess. Something like this. I do have to make it more difficult. Also, I didn't draw for past couple days because I was very busy with life shit. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. It is all an excuse. And then we can have an ellipse right around here. These are all errors. All of them are errors. But now we can focus on, see, I'm trying to see it in my mind, right? It's not about seeing it in, it's less about ghosting and more about being able to see this in my mind's eye. I already fucked that one up. See, it's going way over. This is how you learn, right? And again, this is all practicing contour manipulation as well. It's actually a great way to practice contour manipulation. I would highly suggest to make it more difficult like this. And again, see, so this is not anywhere near as much of a convergence as this one. That's a complete mistake. Of course it is. And that's okay. Because just like your birth, mistakes sometimes are meant to happen for greater things in life. What that greater thing is, I can't tell you because that's dependent on you. Whee! Okay. Yeah, spatial reasoning is the king. It is the king of art, right? It is the only reason you should do anything is because you can spatially reason. I actually went on my little ramble because I went to the art store near my house, right? It's in the downtown. And I went and I fucking ended up rambling to one of the art instructors there. I don't want to say his name because it's gonna easily give away where I live, but let's just say his name. Let's just call him Mr. D, right? Mr. D. And okay, hold up, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna stop talking. I need to figure this out. There you go. And then we can. This is horizontal and straight. Something like that. There you go. And then how do we do diagonal here? Could be something like that. But what if I do? I'm gonna make it more difficult as time goes on, but right now I'm just contouring one plane. The goal at the end of this is to hopefully contour a couple more planes, right? And obviously add actual cylinder subtractions and additions. Right now I'm just thinking about the planes themselves because I actually didn't realize this was a 1-point exercise. I had checked ahead and I thought it was, I guess my brain just for some reason thought it was 2-point. But let's see, if it's like this, that's like that. Well, this just technically is, yeah, it could be just a diagonal cut across, right? Could even do something like this. And yeah, my lines could be better, but so could your dental hygiene. So let's not go too far with the coulda woulda. I wonder if that makes sense. It doesn't matter because I've done it now. Okay, and this goes here. What the fuck was I saying? But yeah, I was talking to an art instructor that I took lessons with years back in 2023. Okay, so not years, a couple years back. And I was again ranting to him about how beginners are fucking like a lot of beginners online. That was an accident. That was a mistake. I bitch a lot about beginners. It's because I am one, and when I see people not embodying the beautiful mindset that I do, I immediately think they're inferior. Right? Art is fun. Art is fun. Anyways, that has mistakes for sure. This one was something I didn't think ahead enough about. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was telling him, I'm like, okay, beginners seem to really have trouble with simply not accepting the advice they're given, right? Because it's too quote unquote difficult. This all boils back down to the fundamentals, right? A lot of beginners want to bitch and complain that the fundamentals are boring, and yet they want to be like the artists who have extremely strong fundamentals, right? And I don't think this is controversial to say at all. Even if it is, great, wonderful. I hope this engages more people and gets clicks, right? You must be polarizing. But, fuck, did I just spit on my hand? With that laugh? I don't know. I thought I saw fucking... spit drop it. Anyways, like and subscribe for more globules of spit, I guess. But anyways, yeah, I was just telling them, like, I feel as if beginners seem to have a misconception that they are special and or different, right? Oh, I don't need to practice that thing. I'll do it my way, and I'll get results. Sure, whatever, you'll get results. Oh, I really am fucking spitting shit out. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. This is what happens when I'm passionate. Lots of saliva. But yeah, I was like, beginners have this idea, right? And I did too, which is I don't need to do that work, right? I don't need to actually practice the things that will make me proficient because I'm different, I'm special, I'm not like other beginners. Hashtag not like other girls, that type of shit, right? But you are not only like other beginners, you're even more basic than other beginners. Because you probably wear Crocs. I don't know. It's a shit joke. But yeah, this is hard, man. I'm fucking thinking about the goddamn grid lines while I'm telling a fucking story that nobody cares about. Holy shit. But let me just hold up. Shut the fuck up, Biggie. Shut the fuck up. It's too fool. Okay. Cool. But yeah, beginners have this misconception that they are special, that they don't need to put the work in, and that they will do it their way. And yes, you will do it your way, and you will horrendously not progress to your expectation because your way is fucking retarded. You know, it's really an ego thing. Okay, hundreds of years of figuring out a skill, right? I.e., in this case, representational art. Hundreds of years put into this fucking to figuring this out, and you have the fucking audacity. And I see this a lot online. It's not malicious, by the way. I'm not saying a lot of these beginners are malicious, but they are fucking retarded and they are very egotistical, whether they realize it or not. Because just the question of, do I really need to practice the fundamentals, is saying, did the old masters, the modern master, did the greats, did they really know how to learn art? You know? It's like fucking asking, do I really need to hold my hand onto a pencil to learn how to write? Of course you do, you fucking idiot. It's the same shit. Do I really need to learn spatial reasoning? Of course. Okay? Sure, if you want to learn abstract art, great. But even then, great abstract art is only enhanced by really good spatial reasoning, right? So, or like even just a really good understanding of colors, right? Symmetry, all that stuff. There's still always rules being understood. And I think the rules are actually freeing. Beginners get it really wrong. They think the rules are limiting. They're not limiting. They're liberating is what they are. Because you don't even have to think. That's the thing I don't understand. You don't even have to think about what to practice. You just have to practice it, right? You don't have to spend your time figuring out the skill. Hundreds of people, thousands of people over hundreds of years, it's hundreds of years, or half a century, have spent the time to figure out what you're fucking jerking off about, right? They've spent the time. All you have to do is put in the work. Right? And I was telling him that I'm like, I genuinely think beginners just need to shut the fuck up and put the work in. And he just smiled. He was like, very well put, right? And then everybody clapped. That was a great moment for me. But no, he did smile and say, fucking memes aside, he was like, okay, very well put, right? But again, I'm trying to think of the grid line here, which is very difficult. That's another thing. Is like, it is difficult. It is very difficult. Okay, and I 100% understand that it's very difficult to visualize a fucking box. Trust me, because I've done this over 1,000 times now, right? And then obviously to draw with pen, build confidence, all of this shit is extremely difficult. But it's been done by people much more retarded than you, for sure. For sure, it's been done by a fucking moron who doesn't even know how to think, let alone breathe. And he's been doing it, holding his breath, turning his brain off. Or she, women can be retarded too. It's very, very, very even spectrum. But so why can't you do it, right? I don't even know where this ramble is going anymore. It's half bitchy and half half motivational as always, right? But yeah, just shut the fuck up and put the work in, I guess. I don't know. There's more to that which I was trying to say, and then I think it completely bastardized it because I was so focused on the looking at the grid lines and shit. where there are, of course, plenty of mistakes. That's another thing. Beginners are scared of mistakes, right? It really comes down to society which we live in. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. But I guess what I'm trying to say in regards to this Mr. Lee that I was speaking to is the fact that, yes, beginners, he agreed, beginners have a lot of trouble just putting the work in, right? But he also wanted me to consider, wait. Ooh. Okay. Because that's like that, right? I'm wondering, because there has to be more of a... Yeah, okay, see, this is the part where I really have to use my brain, okay? Because we've done this, and then we've calculated the box, and we put the diagonal. I have to do the same thing here. Calculated the box. Put in diagonal. Yeah, I think there's obviously a bit more of a skewed wide perspective, if that makes sense. So diagonals, yes, diagonals are good. They're a great way to practice Jesus, spatial reasoning, right? Because look at this. I actually fucked this up already because it's not a proper horizontal line. Again, this has to be parallel, right? This is still 1 point perspective. But now I have to think about this. And that's extremely difficult, is it not? There you go. Okay, again, it's all a bit more skewed. So, something like that. There you go. Of course, it's very difficult, and this is obviously following along there. Right? Ah, shit, that was fuck me, that was an accident. Ah! I'm gonna have to do something about that. God damn it. See? 1 point perspective can be very difficult. Also very rewarding? Jesus Christ, my fucking fobness will never leave, huh? Rewarding! Yeah, it can be very rewarding. But... And I guess I can do something here as well. And like obviously I'm focusing on my lines, which are also very difficult to do. Don't get me wrong, right? It is all extremely difficult. I think there's also a gap in understanding exactly how difficult the skill is. Like look at this. This right here, the fact that I have to focus here, but also keep in mind an entire line that goes there, is fucking difficult, and especially in the beginning. You're basically, it feels like a gargantuan and impossible task, which it most likely is. And say I made a mistake with this because I didn't think ahead, right? With this ellipse that's jutting out, I created like a cutout here. Yeah, see, so you have to think ahead as well. But again, if this is going down, now this won't make sense much, but I did what I could, right? Like that right there, that's a huge mistake because I wasn't thinking ahead. I wasn't taking into account this shape as well, right? So, of course, it's difficult as a beginner to practice anything, right? As a beginner in piano, you think I wasn't fucking, you think when I was pressing down a key, pressing this key, this pinky is just fucking spazzing out. The fingers are all tense and shit, right? If in the beginning, just the first couple of weeks was just doing this, key, while making sure my wrist is above the keys, right? Like it's properly elevated, my hands are relaxed, right? When I press a key and other fingers aren't spazzing out, it's the same shit. It's the same shit in every single skill, right? In fact, I took up piano just to prove to myself and others that you can become excellent despite whatever the skill is. And now, I'm not excellent, but I'm progressing so much faster than any other person that my teacher has seen because I put the work in and I focus on the fundamentals, scales, techniques, arpeggios, four note chords, right? And again, he has classical background, so he's really, really good. He's putting me through that difficult path. But that's the thing. It's always going to be a difficult path, right? It just comes down to how much you're willing to understand that difficult path and enjoy it. Because there's no enjoyment when it comes to constantly worrying about the path, right? The path will exist regardless if you feel that it is difficult or not, or a painful endeavor or not. So it's just about if the path always exists and it's always going to be difficult, then what should you do? Figure out how to make the difficulty enjoyable, right? How do I enjoy the pain? Well, first we reframe it into not being something that is pain, but something that is good for you, right? Now this right here, this is technically pain because I fucked it up drastically, just like I did before. I fucked this up horribly. Look at that. That's a horrible fuck up. But I can either choose to derive frustration or choose to derive joy, curiosity, and fulfillment, knowing that this is going to make me better later on, right? Because I was trying to fit it in a plane that's like this. No, please, I am recording later. Thank you. That was definitely my dad. He does the thing where he knocks and then he just walks in anyways. See, but I've gotten much better at being respectful. Usually I'd be like, bruh. But now I'm like, bruh. I don't know if I'm doing this right, actually. Maybe I am, I don't know. See, there's always doubts as well, especially when you're a god like me. But yeah, guys, as beginners, it's not our job to try to reinvent the wheel, really, at all. Like, that's the last thing you should be thinking about is how can I make this more effective or efficient? At least in terms of what you're practicing, right? How you're practicing it, sure. Again, that's why I've gone through so many iterations of this type of my art blocks, if you can see it, right? That's why I've gone through so many iterations. Warm up, artwod workout, imagination drawing, reference drawing, and then the other one is like warm up, artwod roadmap, imagination drawing, reference drawing, and then there's one more now, which is fucking the broken draw Discord challenge, whatever, right? Yeah, I've gone through a lot of iterations on the order I'm going to practice things in, and specifically like which of the things that are fundamental practices and how I'm going to like integrate them. But I haven't changed what I'm actually practicing, right? The way I approach it is always still all about the fundamentals. Okay, this can be much more interesting. If I... There you go. And I also want to refrain from ghosting too much because we are trying to build intuition, right? See? That makes it more, I guess, patterned. It's always curious when it comes to why people knock on my door. What do they want? What do they want from me? Cool. Right? Looks more three-dimensional. Something. Obviously, I've done a lot on this side, so it's time to do a bunch on this side as well. And I'm trying to visualize as I go along, but it's difficult, especially when it's all one-point practice, right? Because now this is converging slightly more, then it's coming out. So something like this, right? It's not as if I've quote-unquote gotten much better at seeing ellipses in this skewed convergence yet, but I'm still practicing it and I'm still trying to get better at it, which is all that matters. Right? Right? Okay. And then again, skewed convergence over Donder. So it's something like this. No, wait. Because again, the thing is with art is the fact that you're always going to be having some sort of difficulty visualizing, calculating, right? If it comes down to spatial, when it comes down to spatial reasoning, there's always some sort of calculations occurring, always. In the beginning, the calculations are just combining the effort of putting down the line in conjunction with putting down an accurate line, right? Like how you put down a good line and the type of line you put down in relation to, okay, is it a proper plane? Which is why there's a huge disconnect, because you are attempting to visualize, just even if you're this close to the vanishing point, right? You're attempting to visualize, let's say, a plane, and you're attempting to visualize just the lines that are going towards the vanishing point. You're just attempting to visualize that. That's already insanely difficult in the beginning, because you're a beginner. You haven't built any muscle memory towards achieving the skill of visualizing lines towards a vanishing point, right? So there's a mismatch and a disconnect. What you visualize is probably mismatched, right? Instead of going straight here, you're probably, maybe you're going straight like this or this or this even, right? You're just completely off. So there's a mismatch in your ability to visualize, and there's a mismatch in your ability to enact on the visualization, which is why your boxes end up having diverging lines, right? Same shit. I'm having the exact same mismatches now, but it's on a much more advanced, quote unquote, scale, which is, okay, like visualizing how these diagonals are in relation to the grid lines being established, and how these partial ellipses the fuck, ellipses are should be shaped in relation to the difference in convergence of these lines, right? This is a mistake because of that, because it's not accurate. I can see it a lot better, but I can't enact it just yet. So you want to actually really build the ability to see and visualize more than not more than, but if you're going to, then the ability to what's it called, actually place it down. Because if you can see it, then you can note it as a mistake. But if you can't even see the mistake, then you're gonna have a hard time knowing what you need to work on, right? Like right now, I know, okay, I'm trying to figure out, it's very obvious technically that, okay, it's a bit condensed here compared to there, right? But it's like, okay, if it's a diagonal, then what type of diagonal is it? I'm thinking it's right there, so I can't technically do that, right? But I'm not too sure. Why? Because my ability to see maybe isn't that clear cut, right? Same thing here. I know that, see, I can visualize a line that's going straight there. I can act on it with decent accuracy. Like if I keep following, right? If I just keep following, there you go. Like basically a bit overshot. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's try again. Keep following. Okay, it's a bit overshot. There you go. See, so it's not as if my ability to see is infinitely better than yours, but I put a lot of reps in to get it decent, you know? So now we can do something like this. And again, I want to add more cutouts, more divots, right? Divots? I don't know if that's even accurate. Yeah, but just more diagonal cutouts. So that's all based on the plane, the square plane that it resides in, right? So if it's something like this, then I can actually do something like, yeah, it's like right there. See? Because I saw that, okay, there's just an even plane coming out, right? Like this, and then this is going a bit further, and then this is going up. So it's just about the perspective. I don't even know if I'm explaining this well, right? I guess I can show it here, where if I have something like this, where this line's going down at a much more skewed angle than this one, right? And then all I'm doing is seeing, okay, where is that cutout, which is what I did here. I put it outward. I projected this plane outward. I calculated I calculated roughly how it should be, and then I just connected the adjacent line to the corner, right? And this is how we build it. Like, this is, again, that's why I do a lot of ghosting, but then I take pauses from the ghosting and I try to reinforce the ghosting in my mind, because otherwise there's no point, right? Like I struggle with these angles, these very intense angles. Like this I struggle with, here I struggle with. So for that I do ghost. But then once I've done the ghosting, right, then it's like, okay, now you have to, like I do it a couple times, now it's like, okay, now you have to commit and see it, which is very difficult because I'm fucking talking while I do this too, which is pain. But as a wise man once said, you shall know pain. See, now was that accurate? Let's see. Nope, undershot. Wait, let's try again. Oh, very close, never mind. So it's good to double check your work as well. All that shit, right? And okay, let's move it like that, and then we can have another ellipse, perhaps. Okay, no, maybe half of that. So yeah, see, I have to think very carefully about the type of ellipse that I make. This is still very difficult because it has to be in one fell swoop, right? And that's just one plane. I haven't even made it three-dimensional yet, which is also very difficult. Or not as difficult, technically, because there's really only just one vanishing point. I had to fucking make this because of a mistake, which we can go and fix now, I guess. Let's add more ellipses, why don't we? That should help me understand, hopefully, how it should be shaped better. Okay, that was a huge mistake. Why? Because again, my fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, is not that good in this angle when I have to do something like this, right? I really again. All my fucking any attempt at teaching that I do is completely bastardized by my voice cracks. But what I'm trying to consistently showcase is that every little thing that you struggle with is a skill, is a meta skill, right? A skill within the skill that you can get better at. Okay, what is the major skill here? Clean lines. What is the meta skill? Clean line, clean curved line in this particular motion in which I hold this pen in this angle, right? Which I struggle with. Therefore, when I do an ellipse like this, I know that when it gets around here, I'm going to struggle. So I'm going to have to focus more there while visualizing this plane that's converging towards this vanishing point. You see, extremely fucking difficult. So that's what I'm trying to quote unquote demystify with my art channel, right? It's less about, yeah, it's less about trying to just draw and ramble or whatever, but I'm really trying to, especially nowadays, consistently hone the message that, hey, like, this is difficult, okay? This is very difficult, and do not worry, it's supposed to be difficult. Fuck, how's this going? It's like that, okay. Yeah, it's very consistently difficult. That's okay, because that is literally how the skill is. Just extremely fucking difficult. Alright? Now again, I fucking didn't make this a perfect square, so that's a bit of an issue. But that's gonna be very difficult as well. I have to think about this shit, but let me rest my brain, and then I'm really gonna have to grind my brain for this one, because there's a lot of different angles that have to be understood there. But yeah, anyways. Rust brain! How much time has passed? It's already been half an hour? Fuck me, bro. Alright. You see? Half an hour for seemingly nothing, but lots of thought going on throughout it all. Now, what I'm going to do is something very difficult, which is, I keep saying that word, very hard. How about that? Very, very throbby. That's what I'm about to do, something very veiny. But I'm going to attempt, because again, it's all about thinking, right? And analyzing, and Jesus. Oh my God. And, what the fuck am I saying? My burp is completely throwing off my chain of thought. Since if it's all about making calculations in your mind, I need to calculate now this entire thing and how this is going to look. And that's not a perfectly straight line, so that's a mistake. And neither is this, actually. None of these are perfectly vertical, so those are mistakes as well. See? I'm glad I noticed that. I'm going to attempt to see the entire grid for this, like the lines, and then the calculations that I need to make, right? Because that is what's going to make it a lot easier. But I need to be able to see everything right now, because obviously the lines, like, and the nuance of how skewed it's going to get, right? So I need to be able to see that, make the calculation, and then act upon it, right? Okay, so that is okay. Again, another difficult thing is the fact that making perfectly horizontal or vertical lines can be difficult when all these other angles are getting in the way of that, right? Like, what the fuck is happening here? I need to think about that first. And again, we're also trying to focus on proportion, because these lines all have to be relatively the same length, right? Also very difficult to do. Now, I have to think about the fact that I don't even know what type of fucking box I put this in, but let's just say it's something like this. So now this one has to be still a bit skewed. So it's gonna be more like that. It'll have a wider degree, I believe, while keeping this perfectly I fucked up, perfectly horizontal. You see, that's a complete fuck up. It's okay. We can just pretend like it was supposed to be part of it and just add that, right? That's fine. Same thing here. Again, we need to focus on proportioning and keeping it a straight line. But now, because it's, again, wait, see where, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. See, oh, fuck, I need to stop doing that, bro. I need to keep this fucking shit away. Holy shit. Okay, so it's something like, that. And because we have this, it can be established like so as well. There you go. And then this is just a perfect square, which I will attempt to make. There you go. Cool. I need to stop doing that. I need to keep my pen above the fucking paper. But yeah. Okay. Jesus. This may seem very simple, but honestly, it's very difficult. I need to find a new word. This may seem very simple, but honestly, it's not that easy. In it, bro. I don't fucking know, bro. Just kill me. Okay. Cool. And now this as well, because again, I have to think about, okay, it's angling that way, coming down this way, but we don't even see it actually, right? Yeah, we wouldn't even see it, so that's fine. I guess that's fine. Definitely mistakes are happening here. In fact, we can even prove that it's happening here by doing something like this. Something like this, right? Showcasing the difference in the ellipse. Obviously I messed it up, but that's okay. Something like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be more squished together at the top of this ellipse. But this one obviously has a lot of mistakes. It doesn't even look that good. Could have done a lot better. But that's fine. It's completely alright. Right? Okay, cool. Anyways, let's continue onwards with this one, I guess. Continuing to... Or maybe we can start angling it a little bit. This is where the difficulty comes in, right? Okay. And now how do I want to change it up? Because if I do something like... something like that, and then... See, again, I'm really focusing on visualizing this right now. That's supposed to be the diagonal, right? And then cutting out like that, because this plane is gonna go, it's gonna be a bit more drastic. Right. Oh, I overshot it. So that's a huge mistake, and that's okay. Again, these are all things that will inevitably happen, right? You're just, as you continue to practice, you're simply reducing your margin for error. Right? We're just reducing our margin for error. It's not about being some fucking amazing artist right off the bat. It's just about slowly reducing the mistakes that we make. There you go, something like that. Right. Cool. And again, see, okay, if I see if this is the plane, so if it's something like that, then I need to think about what is the diagonal. Roughly should be like that. Because again, I'm calculating, right? These are all calculations. This isn't random or intuition. The strong intuition is built by years, countless thousands of repetitions of calculations, right? Of intentional calculations, to the best of one's effort, right? That's quote unquote, that's all it is. But beginners don't know that, and that's okay that they don't know that. But if they do know it now, we have a responsibility to shut the fuck up and do the work, as I say. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the work. Again, I've really changed my mindset. I love this. This is fucking stimulating. The more difficult, the more uncomfortable, the more I'm like, fuck, this is hard, the better I feel. Because you can train yourself to literally enjoy doing difficult things, right? If you can hear that shit, if you've heard that stuff being applied towards exercise, cold showers, blah, 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 like things that are difficult, in what universe should it not be applied to learning a skill? Just tell me that. Like, in absolutely what universe? There's this guy in the Broken Draw Discord, and he's very skilled. He's very, very, very skilled. He has like academic training and shit, right? He had like Russian academic training, so you know it's some intense shit. But very skilled. You know, I'm not taking away from his skill, but he has a horrible mindset, which is it's gonna. He's like, if you, because I tried promoting a more positive mindset, right? I mean, I'm just gonna say it. His name is Dot. It's literally just a dot, right? I don't think this is like, oh my god, you're calling him out type of stuff. But oh, this is a mistake. I made a huge mistake here because I should have done something like this. Something about this. I made a huge mistake here. I was too busy fucking bitching about Dot. How can we fix this? How can we fix this? Is there any way to fix this? No, I think this line really impedes that. Any attempt to fix it. But maybe I could just do this. Right? Yeah, we could just do that. Ignore it. Okay, and then that line goes. Cool. Okay, cool. And then we can. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna block this out. But yeah, he's a very skilled artist. Dot fucking whatever, Dot Senpai, let's call him. Let's make it cringe. Dot Senpai is a very skilled artist. Oh, this is also a mistake. Made a lot of mistakes. Damn. But you see, I made these mistakes and then I start fucking crying and nutting myself in pain. No, that comes after the video. But, and that's supposed to be the diagonal, right? Let's see, something like that. Yeah, I made this very complicated and convoluted for absolutely no reason, so we're gonna have to... I'm just gonna have to accept that there's a lot of mistakes here. Because obviously I wasn't thinking as much as I should have. This is just so fucking it's retarded. It makes no sense. But we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. It makes no sense. It's a huge mistake. That's completely fine, right? I simply was not thinking as much as as I should have, right? And that's okay. Like, these mistakes will happen. But you see, again, this dot person, dot senpai, whatever the fuck, fucking dot piece of shit. No, he's a good artist. So I have nothing against him, except his life. But he basically, like, I tried, like, somebody was talking about something, and I'm like, and I was basically saying you can learn to love to enjoy the process. Like, it's, you can, you can actually train yourself to enjoy learning, right? And he's like, yeah, but try doing that for 6 to 9 hours a day. Like, it's gonna be boring. Fundamentals are boring. The thing is, he puts in the fucking work. It's the age old tale, I guess, or not age old, but it's just the classic thing of the person who puts the work in but hates it versus the person who puts the work in and loves it, right? He puts in a lot more work than me. I put in 1 to 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, roughly, right? Let's just say I put in about anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a week on drawing, and he also practices his fundamentals. His portraits and figures are amazing, but he, after a certain point, in his own words, fucking hates it, right? Who is actually going to love art at the end of it? Who's going to enjoy just learning at the end of it, right? I guess, in a very biasedly speaking, I think it would be me, because no matter how difficult things get, I'll just be like, wonderful, this is so difficult. While for him, he's gonna be like, this is so fucking difficult, I hate this, but I have to push through the grind, the grind. Like, that's gonna be his fucking mentality, right? So I don't even know what point I was trying to make. Maybe I'm just jerking myself off. No, the point I'm trying to make, I think, is the fact that just because something is difficult doesn't mean you can't learn to enjoy it. Otherwise, like Mr. Dot San, Dot Senpai, whatever, over here, he's just going to be struggling, Like, the way he talks about it is you have to put the work in, art is a struggle. It's never easy. All which are true. All which are true. Okay? But the mentality is very harmful, right? That's not the mentality I want to promote. I want to make that very clear. When I say you have to put the work in, I'm not saying grind, grind, grind and hate every second of it. I'm saying grind, grind, grind and learn to love every second of it, Like, the word grind seems to lead way to something that is just fucking going to kill you. Okay, I'm getting better at these diagonals, which is good. But yeah, the word grind seems to lead way. And okay, so here also I had trouble here because I tried doing 2 contours at once. So now what are we gonna do? This time I'll just focus on 1 contour, maybe try adding 2 contours, and then we'll do this exact same one again. I'm gonna flip the page over, right? And we'll try doing 2 contours because that's obviously gonna build spatial reasoning. But anyway, that was just an aside for myself. But yeah, the word grind seems to lead way to people thinking that they can't enjoy things. Well, in my opinion, the word grind is just, okay, this is just something I have to focus on. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy it, right? That's the way I think about it. Okay, now we have a giant ass plane here going up, and it's going really up like that. It's going down, so there you go. It should be something like this. Oh wait, that's way too much. We can still fix that. There you go. Do with a fucking diagonal, sure, or like a curved diagonal, wonderful. But yeah, that's actually the only critique I have, because he puts the work in. But all I'm trying to say is, as a beginner, you can, not even just as a beginner, as anybody learning a skill, you literally can enjoy it. I know that may sound extremely fucking, what? I can like something? Like, yes, you can 100% learn to like it, right? And I've talked about this before, but it's, neurologically speaking, it's really just a matter of making lots of errors, like everything I've been making right now. Literally everything has been an error, and deriving pleasure from the errors, right? Obviously, this comes down to being able to recognize them. So that's why you want to build your eye, right? But see, this is a big error because my lines are nowhere near as clean as they should be. But I tried. I did make an effort. And that's all that matters, is that I made an effort. The more you tell yourself that, the more you genuinely force that belief, the more you will enjoy it, right? But you're gonna want to have to enjoy it. You're gonna want to have to be like, I will put the work in to enjoy this thing that is inherently difficult, right? Difficult, inherently difficult. Fucking voice crack. But it's true. It's all doable. It's all possible. But yeah, quote unquote, shut the fuck up and put the work in is kind of, I guess, my motto, right? Not in a mean way, but just in a very pragmatic way, right? Like, shut the fuck up and put the work in. Okay. So, because if this, see, now I have to actually think. That comes down here. There you go. See? That is more accurate, I believe. And no, I don't need to connect every line, but I will for my own, I guess, sake, right? Like, just in terms of spatial reasoning and stuff. And let's do... something like that, right? Connected roughly like that. I'm gonna rest my brain and then I'm gonna continue onwards. It's probably already been almost an hour, which is crazy. Yeah, see, 51 minutes. What the actual fook? But yeah, I hope you're all having fun, right? Again, at the end of the day, just put as much cognitive effort as possible. Focus on visualizing your line quality and enacting on that visualization of spatial reasoning in particular, and just literally have fun with it. Enjoy it. Tell yourself the difficult things you're doing has merit, and the errors that you make have infinitely more merit, right? Again, this channel is a testament to the fact that I'm consistently shit, but because I'm consistently shit and I'm acknowledging that I'm shit, I'm enjoying that I'm shit, and I'm trying to get better, I'm just slightly getting better. I've been recording these videos, quote unquote recording videos, but I've been doing this for 7 months, just recording my practice, right? Literally just my practice. And I think you can tell I'm getting consistently, slowly, very linearly better, right? But these skills compound, and that's where it's exponential. Like this right here, I'm gonna quote unquote linearly get better at doing this as I go on over the next 2-3 hours, whatever, because I'm gonna do this in one page and then I'm gonna flip it over because I'm not at the level where I think I'm okay. I'm gonna do it again, exact same practice, 1 point perspective, but obviously doing more things like this, right? Making more than one plane change or contour manipulations with one plane. And then that skill and just the ability to see kind of that I've been refining to see the grid and all that stuff is going to translate completely over to another part, the next part of the grind node, and then the next part of the beginner roadmap and all that stuff, where a year from now, it's going to seem as if like, wow, what an exponential jump from this to that. But it's no, it's a tiny little steps of constantly making an effort. And with that being said, I'm going to rest my brain. Yeah, coffee fucking makes me burp. I apologize, very slightly, only a little bit. I actually don't apologize. I'm just saying this to fucking stroke your cock and your ego, which is, yeah, I'm so sorry for burping on camera, because one comment said that it was very gross, and now it's affected me for the rest of my life. So yes, I do apologize, but not really. Thank you. Have a good day. Rest your brain. Continue watching. Give me retention and attention. Goodbye. But not really. Give me 10 seconds. It's fucking holy shit, bro. I'm gonna kill myself. But yeah, not one single moment of this practice has come everywhere and or easy, right? There have been obviously instances like, yeah, drawing a line towards the vanishing point is very easy for me now, right? Is it super accurate? Always? No, but I can fucking see the grid lines at any point that I want, really. It's about like, it's pretty embedded in me. But can I visualize while seeing these grid lines and know what I'm exactly drawing? No, I can't. I can't fucking do that shit at all, right? Like at this angle is very difficult for me. Watch, I'm probably gonna fuck this up horrendously, but I'm still gonna make an effort, right? Like look at this, just watch, because this angle is so difficult to draw with as well. I'm gonna prove a point right here. Look how fucking bad these lines are. While I'm visualizing, of course, try to get it to the horizon line. And look at that, I mismatched it, misguided. This doesn't even connect it properly. Very poor, which is good, Because if it wasn't shit, there's nothing to work towards again. Always aim to be shit. But understand why you're shit. Right? Because again, like, okay, it's coming here, we have a straight line, right? So if I project that here, and this is where that one would be, right? So I have to see, it'd be much more angled, like so. But I fucked that up again because it wasn't perfect, right? And yeah, I'm trying to be perfect. Is it because I want to make perfect drawings? No, but the better, or quote unquote more perfect understanding I have of something, the better I can enact clean, not clean, what the fuck am I trying to say? The more I can enact precise line work and spatial reasoning, right? It's less so about being perfect and more so about aiming for perfection. So mistakes have less nuance. I hope that makes sense. Right? Basically, I'm just aiming to be as good as I technically, like literally technically, can be. So my mistakes are minimal. Hold up. Yeah, so my mistakes are minimal. So I'm just working towards always getting better and better at my spatial reasoning. That's basically it, right? That's basically it. I don't think it's any more complicated than it needs to be. Again, this is actually incorrect because I think I'm overshooting it, right? I don't know if I'm seeing this properly. Actually, no, it's actually pretty decent. So yeah, I'm getting better whether I realize it or not. Sometimes I think I'm not. Sometimes I think I'm okay. See, now I'm doing a diagonal. Now we're doing something like this, right? And then we can just do something like that. This is how quote unquote spaceship things are made, I guess, right? Like little spaceship parts. Yeah, that should be fine. But yeah, this is obviously very new, and I'm making a lot of mistakes here, right? Lots of mistakes. This entire thing has been, horrible, right? But really, it hasn't. It's been great. It's been a fucking amazing learning experience, and it's really been pushing me in terms of essentially seeing the grid so much more, right? Like I have to see so much more now, you know. And it's very difficult. So what have I been doing? I've been contoured the right side, so I've done the front, I've done the front, I've done the sides, and I've done the bottom. But I haven't done the bottom properly. So we should do, I guess in this case, the top. Well, I've done the top here. Okay, and I did the top here. Okay, I guess I'm pretty good at maintaining variety. So, but I haven't done the top in a while. Or yeah, so let me. I guess this ended up becoming much bigger than I wanted to. But I guess it's all good. Okay, see, now I want to create. See, I'm still thinking about. That was a mistake, so it shouldn't have been as much. Actually, no, I ended up doing it right even when I didn't realize. That's where intuition comes in. Where even if you don't calculate it right sometimes, your mind-muscle connection, your muscle memory, your thousands of repetitions will actually, like, even if you think you're the calculations you make, whether you realize or think you're doing them wrong, sometimes they can be right purely on the basis that, yeah, okay, you've put the work in, which is cool, which is very, very cool, which is honestly really, really cool. Right, that's where the years of experience come into play. I don't really have years of experience. Technically I do, I guess. I guess I have fucking 2 years and 7 months, right? I started November 1st. What is it? Fucking 2024. So that's 2 years. And then December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and we're in July now. Yeah, 2 years and a bit over 7 months. Cool. Very nice. Very, honestly. Oh, but this is wrong. You see how I didn't create a proper horizontal? So yeah, there it is. See, mistake. Huge mistake. But yeah, it's pretty cool that I've already been drawing for around 2 years and 7 months. now we need to... Oh, that was a huge mistake. And that's okay. Right, that's actually great. See, I actually just forced myself to feel good when I made that mistake. And you literally can't do that, right? It's just, you smile, you just think, wow, that what a great thing. The more you fucking do it, the better, honestly, the better you'll get at just being a gaslighting piece of shit. So, it's pretty good. But I have to think ahead here as well. Because, let's see. There you go, something like that. And then we can do something like... And this is all very wrong and inaccurate, to be honest. But I'm trying. Yeah, this one has a lot of issues, to be honest. But it's okay. That means I have a lot of room for... Okay, that was an error too. That means I have a lot of room for growth, which is amazing. Like, lots of room for growth. Right, because if I'm making such grievous, I don't fucking know, grievous errors, there's only one place to go. Upwards. Okay, see, I have to converge that a little bit more. Lines are looking very shoddy because it's the last bit of my practice, right? And my mind's actually becoming more scattered because I can't really think too clearly. But it's something. Has a lot of issues though. Lots of issues, which is, again, amazing. But I'm probably gonna call it here. Fucking, I hate my voice cracks. No, that's my brand now. Haha, Biggie and his voice cracks, right? Fucking, probably gonna be 10, 15, 30 years of this. I remember when he was a strapping 27-year-old with his voice cracks, and now he's a strapping 67-year-old with even more, right? Put him down already. Jesus Christ, he's getting too old. But how long has it been? An hour and 2 minutes. Cool. I guess I'll just keep it at an hour for these, because these are actually very mentally taxing. But it's been great. So yeah, I hope you all had fun, right? Watch me become great, all that shit. I'm still trying to figure out my intro, because I do want to bitch about artwod, but I also want to beg my fans to tell them that I introduced them to artwod. But I also want to be nice and be like, please, affiliate me, you piece of shit. So I'm still figuring out my brand and my whole angle. But my whole angle. But I guess my brand is just getting better at art. So it's really not much to figure out apart from that. I guess what I'm trying to say is I need to align my personality with my brand. So we have to change a lot of things about myself that make me me, which is exactly me. Make me me. Yes. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yes, I will sell out 100% if and when given the chance, right? Be on the lookout for when I have 50, 100,000 subs, right? And Domestica reaches out. I'll be sucking that Domestica dick so hard. Domestica dick so hard, right? I even have a hashtag Dick Ride Domestica, right? 100% when they reach out for a sponsor. And the series will just be me drawing. It'll literally be an hour dedicated to their bullshit. But obviously, I'll be reading a script. I'll be drawing something really, really nice, because it'll probably be at least 5-10 years until I have sponsorship opportunities. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a very unique way of selling out, which is draw something really, really nice, read a script, and just pretend like I really like their product. But hey, it's an hour of dick riding them, so they can't complain. At least a couple hundred idiots will believe what I say and sign up for their shit. So that's my whole angle when it comes to sponsorships. I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, with that aside, as always, I mean, I hope you all had fun drawing. That's the main thing. I hope you drew along and I hope you had fun. But yeah, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.